Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. VanEck is a huge asset management firm that, at the time of this recording, is responsible for managing almost $76.4 billion. They just released an advice to financial advisors regarding XRP and the implications of the SEC versus Ripple case for secondary market coin trading. So, I don't know if I need to say this, but I will anyway. What we've been saying since July 13th, when XRP finally received legal clarity, could not be of more substantial importance, even though it didn't cause XRP to hit a new all-time high and all that jazz, and some people were open or fine. The long-term ramifications for XRP, the only large-cap coin in the world with clear legal status in the United States, are substantial. Expect this to greatly benefit the price action of XRP as money floods in and more individuals notice this, especially investment advisors, which are increasingly going into crypto. That's how I see it, anyway. But before we go any further, I should clarify that I have zero backing from the financial world. I am not giving any kind of financial guidance. And you should not make any financial decisions based on what I write or say. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts films to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. This is the news headline from the Crypto Basics section. VanEck gives token security advice to RIAs, pointing to the XRP win in the Ripple versus SEC case. VanEck gives RIAs some advice on token security, and he refers to a case study by the well-known U.S. asset manager VanEck has published advice for RIAs, registered investment advisors, on how to avoid heated FOMO, fear of missing out. In a current publication, I will just begin that sentence again. VanEck, a famous U.S. asset manager, recently spoke to RIAs about the SEC versus Ripple case and the regulatory situation of tokens in the cryptocurrency industry. Okay, so now they link to a post by a prominent member of the XRP community known as Wrath of Kahneman on social media platform X. In addition, he noted the following shift in the law as ASEA shift. Global investment manager VanEck is advising registered investment advisors that tokens, like XRP in the Ripple versus SEC case, do not qualify as securities if acquired in blind bid transactions. And remember, this is one giant company among many others. And this information will keep spreading. I don't want to get too far into the ETF discussion in this video, but think about something that was just brought to light by Anthony Scaramucci of that firm. What is it called again? Skybridge Capital, another huge corporation. It was his prediction that once a Bitcoin ETF was available, over 100,000 Wall Street brokers would actively promote it. People are thrilled by the prospect of buying a site, and when you consider how everything depends on each other, you can see why. After the SEC authorizes a Bitcoin ETF, other cryptocurrencies will follow suit because Bitcoin is the only large-cap coin with clear regulations. In that case, we'd be talking about XRP. Even Bitcoin doesn't have that. If the SEC approves a Bitcoin ETF, then I suppose you could say that he has the Commission's blessing. But then there's the catch: did the SEC indicate that the ETF satisfies their requirements, in which case it would make more sense to invest in that rather than Bitcoin itself? Perhaps the SEC will never officially recognize individual coins. That's probably the case, and that's why everything has been so revolting. However, they lack the necessary legal certainty. But what I'm trying to express is that when taken together, oh my god, this is awesome. In theory, what VanEck is doing is beneficial to any alternative cryptocurrency in existence. In reality, this is great news for XRP since not only were details on secondary market transactions mentioned, but the blind huge bid-ask transaction in particular was described. To be clear, Judge Torres went out of her way to emphasize that XRP itself is not a security or an investment of any kind. This is not a paraphrasing. This is really important because it wasn't done for the other 20,000 plus coins in the world. So we spread the word, and then a guy named Jimbo commented with a condiment and asked if we hadn't neglected the crucial element that the issuer couldn't be pushing the group's benefits in any way, shape, or form. So, it turns out Jimbo was right about that. However, this is transaction-specific, as any asset may be used in a scheme that constitutes an illegal securities transaction. Accordingly, yes, as it were. Kahneman's angry response was to say that he had always assumed that the majority of RAS customers exclusively made their purchases on exchanges. Therefore, it makes sense. Yeah. In that case, his argument supports my previous one. A financial advisor who wants to expose their clients to the cryptocurrency market should only ensure that their clients buy cryptocurrency through an established exchange. The point is just that. Certain dealings are prohibited by law regardless of whether or not a third party is actively advocating their illegality. Yes, but that wouldn't change anything. So, Jimbo has asked a very perceptive question. However, this is precisely why it is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. So, it's great. For us, this is how life actually is. Another thing I wanted to bring up is whether or not the 41.9 billion XRP currently held in cold storage can be burned by the Ripple organization. This is a great discussion starter. In light of the recent 7-day declines in the value of XRP, the community has speculated that Ripple would release the 41.9 billion XRP now held in escrow. The XRP price has been stuck in a downward trend for several days. It was halted to take note that XRP is trending downwards, just like Bitcoin has been over the past week. There's no way around it, it must end there. This discussion, however, is devoted solely to XRP. Okay, but I did want to point out why this is occurring. The tempo has not decreased. XRP community members have uncovered speculative conversations about things that could boost the price of XRP amidst the unfavorable performance. Recently, the community has been discussing the potential of Ripple, the release of all XRP tokens now held in escrow. Recent tweets have spread along the line that some XRP fanatic is spreading claims that Ripple has the power to destroy 50 billion XRP worth of the restaurant's cryptocurrency holdings. They're also literally right here. It should be made clear that the amount of XRP held in escrow by Ripple was significantly lower than the 42 billion XRP that was widely reported by the cryptocurrency. So, yes, it's less than that, and then they just have a set amount that's still quite significant but isn't held in escrow by the Ripple effect. But here's a post from XRP Whale dispelling speculations circulating that Ripple could burn the entire escrow of 50 billion XRP. A dramatic increase in cost may result from this. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. I have no idea where this rumor originated. It's really unlikely in my opinion. Ripple could theoretically consume XRP. According to what Brad Garlinghouse has said, this is good news for either Ripple or the XRP ecosystem. He didn't guarantee that this would happen, but he also didn't exclude it out. That happened a long time ago at the Brad Garland residence. However, if you are a qualified investor, you can own shares in the Ripple company. So, we won't tell the general public this, but if you have a gaming credential, think about losing it. Despite this, the value of XRP as depicted in print and on paper is significantly lower. Whatever those tens of billions of dollars are, they're in that wave. The XRP paper value makes sense to me. The pricing of Ripples does take this into account to some extent, but not completely, and by the way, I'd like to keep this short. It is generally accepted that if Ripple were to sell this, it would simply take the price of XRP if it could, but even if it could now, much of it is in an escrow so they cannot immediately. This is why the price of XRP is higher on paper than the value of Ripple the company. However, even if they did, what would the real notional value of XRP be? If you're not willing to pay the fee, you'll never know what XRP is worth in theory. That's why Ripple's market cap is so much smaller compared to the overall market. Now think about this, because, as I mentioned before, Ripple has investors. Investors and the company's stakeholders benefit from their knowledge that their XRP holdings represent a significant share of Ripple's true value. Do the shareholders understand this? If you were an investor, what would you do? How do you think they'd react? The XRP held in escrow by Ripple is destroyed. Do you believe it would be well received by the investors? Or do you believe they would sue Ripple anyway? I believe they have sued Ripple to high heaven. My guess is that they act in this way. That being the case, I don't think it's occurring. And if, for whatever reason, someone in Alabama decided to torch them, okay, maybe I still think selling that idea to investors would be challenging. I can't even begin to guess at the sales pitch. I don't see how you're not constantly being sued. Therefore, I do not believe that this is likely to occur. And who is it that claims it would cause prices to skyrocket? Sorry, but I just can't buy that. Because it's unexpected, this is how technology will likely develop in the near future. Therefore, it is not included in the asking price. Since no one has left the room, no one is taking the dumb answer at face value and purchasing XRP since it is obviously not true. But if that were real and the news spread, it's understandable that people would be thrilled. Due to the novelty of the information, the price may rise, but it is likely to reverse its gains without significantly changing its direction. How come? Since it's not as if half of all XRP suddenly vanished from circulation. The XRP that existed before disappeared, but did half of the XRP that could be bought also vanish? The short answer is no. There would be exactly the same quantity of XRP available on markets. Aside from the examples I just gave, some people may alter their actions in response to what is deemed exciting. But it's not like the XRP supply was halved or anything. Nothing else I've mentioned here affects my emotional reaction in the slightest. Nothing at all, because the fundamental forces of supply and demand would be the same on every market in the globe. There wouldn't be a large reaction, so no. Since the same people are manipulating the same amount of XRP as they always have, any uptick would likely be short-lived and be followed by a decline. Now we're done. Therefore, I believe there is a great deal of confusion about that. Since I'm not a certified financial planner, you shouldn't take any of my advice on whether or not to make a purchase. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.